Hi YouTube, this is Stacy. Stacy Realizes YouTube name, and today is Wednesday, March 2nd, and this is my 2-week post-surgery um, anniversary. I was banded on February 16th. Prior to that, I started my liquid diet, and I was 236 and a half pounds. Day of surgery, I was 220. Last week, after my first week, I was 216.6, and this week, for my second week, I weighed in at 215. So that is a 1.6 pound loss this week, and a total weight loss of 21 and a half pounds, and that's in just about a month. So I'm actually very excited about that. Just wanted to share a little bit about how my second week went. I was on full liquids and pureed soups, and I was also able to have yogurt, so that was like a treat after having full liquids for several weeks, for 3 weeks. I just got to stage 3. So today I get up this morning and I'm like, oh, okay, I can have a few more things. And so what do I have? I have yogurt. I was like, I had a few choices, but then I chose the yogurt. I just felt like it would be satisfying. So I've been using the non-fat plain yogurt, and I put a little bit of Splenda in it just to sweeten it up. But actually it's the Greek yogurt, and so there's about 13 grams of protein in a half a cup, which is pretty decent, especially because you need to get in the 60 grams or more a day of the protein, according to my surgeon's office and the nutritionist. I went back to work this week. I'm feeling good. My incision site is not bothering me at all. It's healing nicely. I actually saw the surgeon on Friday just as a follow-up to the surgery, and they said everything is healing well. They unbandaged me, and I actually saw that on the incisions, instead of stitches, they actually put surgical glue, and it kind of looks like I guess what I could compare it to is when I was a kid. I remember we used to take Elmer's glue and the white glue, and we would put some on our hands and let it dry so we could peel it off and look at I guess the prints or whatever. But anyway, we did that. Maybe somebody else out there did that as well. And so that's what it's like. I'm allowed to wet the incisions now, of course, and just have to wait for the surgical glue to fall off, but healing nicely. In fact, out of the 5 incisions, there's only 2 that really are still scabbed. The other 3 are already healed, and they were very tiny. I saw that one was about an inch and a half, another one was about an inch, and then the other ones were, oh my gosh, it looked like maybe a quarter of an inch, so they were very small. Although I'm not really worried about too much scarring anyway. I mean, I don't have a perfect stomach, and not looking to wear a bikini, but to just feel comfortable in a swimsuit. So I brought lunch to work today, and I decided to have an egg. I could have a soft-boiled egg or hard-boiled egg. So what I did was I took an egg and mashed it up, and added, the nutritionist suggested adding in a tablespoon of low-fat mayonnaise. So I did that. I used the low-fat or the light Hellmann's, which was good. And I just have to show you this container because it's so funny. So my lunch was in the tiniest container today. And usually I'm like bringing in this big thing of salad in. So this was, if you can see it, this is the container here. Let's see. So it's a small container, and I plopped the little egg salad in it, and oh my gosh, it took only like up a tiny, it was like a quarter of a cup when I was done, but that was 2 ounces. So I had that, mashed it really well. It went down fine, nothing got stuck. I didn't feel sick. And then I had I had vegetable soup in here. So this is like, maybe it holds a half a cup. So these containers are actually really great. And I put 2 ounces of vegetable soup in here, because I'm being told to have 2 to 3 ounces of a protein, which was the egg, and then 1 to 2 ounces of a fruit or vegetable. So I had that at lunchtime. In between, I've been having Unduri protein shakes I make with 1% milk. They're actually very good, and they're satisfying. So I have 2 of them a day, one between breakfast and lunch, and one between lunch and dinner. When I go to work, it's a little tough. I mean, I'm not going to obviously I'm going to blend it to work, so I blend it beforehand. And then I just put it in an airtight container and I just shake it up pretty well. I keep it in the refrigerator and then I shake it up really well when I'm ready to have it. And it tastes pretty good. It's not bad. I also this week brought some Atkins protein shakes with me. They have 15 grams of protein and they're about 160 calories. And I just keep that with me just in case as a backup. So one day I had one because I work a little bit later. So then later in the day, it was like about maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock, I started to get hungry and wanted something. I had the shake and it satisfied me, so it was fine. So I'm getting the protein in. They say 60. I'm probably getting between 70 and 80 grams a day. And tonight I had, it was about a quarter of a cup of tuna. I had the white tuna in water, mashed it up really good, and put a tablespoon of light mayo in it. And then again, about 2 ounces of, I had, that I got in a health food store, a sweet potato soup, or sweet potato bisque, which is really good. I had 2 ounces of that. So it's funny when I'm eating this food and I'm seeing these portions, it actually looks like a little jar of baby food. It's so tiny, and I'm so used to like a bigger portion. So normally I would have that gone in probably like a minute or two. And I'm learning to just eat it slowly and put just a small amount on my spoon or fork and put the utensil down. And so it's taking me, I know they say like take up to a half hour to eat. I mean, honestly, I think the egg I was done in maybe about 15 minutes. So I think it was slow enough. But I'm still being careful because I was used to just liquids and a little fearful. I don't want anything to get stuck. And again, it hasn't. Everything has been fine. I'm feeling great. Started to exercise again this week. My exercise right now, I mean, I can't lift weights, obviously. Because you can't lift anything more than 10 pounds for another month. But I've been getting out. I in the morning before work, I've been going out and I've been doing about 2 miles. So I do a nice fast power walk, and it takes me about 30 minutes. And I know as time goes by, I'll be able to increase it. But that feels good, and it actually works in my schedule now, doing it in the morning. I find that if I wait until later in the day, it doesn't happen. There's just always something that comes up, or I'm tired, or I have to do this or that, and I don't get to it. So I make sure that in the morning, that's the first thing I do. Then I come back home, shower, and start my day. So it works out, and I'm shooting for, I know they say every day. Right now I'm shooting for 5 days. If I can do Monday through Friday, I'll be happy with that right now. Other than that, I think that's it. Again, a pound 1.6 weight loss this week, and so I'm okay with that. I'm happy with that. At first I thought that I was going to lose a little bit more. I think that since I'm only getting in, and I'm really counting more of the protein, but it looks like I'm getting maybe about 600-700 calories in a day, and I'm thinking that my body is probably holding on to everything right now because it's in shock and not used to eating such a little amount of calories. And so as I get up to the 1,000 to 1,200 calories that the nutritionist is recommending at my surgeon's office, I'm sure that'll change, as well as the exercise. But it's a good pace, and I just keep thinking, I'm on a good track, and if I can just continue this, I went through this surgery, and I didn't go through this for nothing. I am going to put my all into this. These videos out there, I appreciate that everyone does them. Such success stories, and it's a real incentive for me. And if anyone is contemplating surgery, I know I posted a video last week because I had so many questions and I was really nervous about it. Feel free to send me a message. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions. Because again, I think I was like the biggest chicken out there when it came to the surgery. And like I said last week, I would do it again in a heartbeat. So have a great week, and I will see you next week for my 3rd week. Take care.